name is Jackie Ching. I'm a field application engineer at mCube MENS. I'd like to introduce you the PC tool of the MM8003 orientation sensor module. In this video, I will go through the installation and demonstrate the usage of MM8003 PC tool. For PC Toolbox, download it from mCube MENS website. To install the PC tool for MM8003, go to mcubemens.com. You will find the MM8003 at the product list. Scroll down to the bottom of the page. Click on the OSM Toolbox for desktop to download the installer. Once the installer is downloaded, double-click on it. Choose the default installation folder. Make sure mCube OSM is selected. Please go through the license agreement and click Accept to continue. Now, the mCube OSM Toolbox for desktop is ready to install. Once the installation is completed, you will find a shortcut on your desktop. Then, I will demonstrate the general features of the PC tool. Connect the micro USB cable to PC and to the USB socket of the module. Click on third port to refresh. Choose the COM port with OSM, and then click Connect. The console log shows data from sensors, Quaternions, and Euler Angles. The first three numbers from sensors representing the X, Y, and Z axis of accelerometer. The next three numbers representing the X, Y, and Z axis of magnetometer. The last three numbers representing the X, Y, and Z axis of the gyroscope. At the beginning, the gyroscope may need a few seconds to calibrate, resulting the last three numbers to be 0. Once the gyroscope is fully calibrated, it will start output data rather than 0. The four numbers in Quaternions representing the W, X, Y, and Z. The three numbers in Euler Angles representing the pitch, roll, and yaw. In the graph menu, you can find the 3D view and 2D line charts for accelerometer, magnetometer, gyroscope, and Euler Angles. First, we will demonstrate the 3D view. When you rotate the orientation sensor module, the cube in 3D view should rotate accordingly. Then, if you open the 2D line chart, you can observe the value in action when you rotate the orientation sensor module.
Finally, let's see how the advanced utilities work and how to configure the MM8003.
In the Utilities menu, you can find the Start Saving Log, Device Firmware Updates, Device Configuration, Identify the device, and Mac Calibration. Now I will demonstrate the Start Saving Log. The pop-up window will ask you to choose the directory to save log. So now I'm saving a log called data in my desktop. Now the data from console log has been saved to the data.csv file. Then you can click on Stop Saving Log. When you open the CSV file, it will be in the following formats. First is the timestamp. The timestamp is in seconds since the OSM has been booted. And the XYZ axis of Accelerometer, Magnetometer, Gyroscope, and the WXYZ of Quaternions, and the pitch, roll, and yaw of Euler Angles. For device firmware updates, go to the MM8003 webpage and look for firmware updates to download the firmware bin file. Once the firmware bin file is downloaded, go to About, Version to check your current firmware version. Then goes to Utilities, Device Firmware Updates. Click Yes if you are sure you would like to update the firmware. Then choose the bin file. Click Search Port to refresh. Make sure you choose the COM port with OSM. Then disconnect the OSM with the USB cable. Press the white button on the board. While pressing the button, reconnect the USB cable, and then click Connect. As the progress bar hits 100%, the update is completed. You have to press Connect within 50 seconds after you reconnect the USB cable. Goes to Settings, Connect to reconnect the board. Now go to About Version to check the new firmware version. For device configuration, goes to Utilities, Device Config. For output data rates, you can choose between 25, 50, and 100 Hz. For degrees of freedom sensor data, you can choose from IMU and AS. The default value is IMU, which means the device now has 6 degrees of freedom sensor data. When you change it to AS, the device now has 9 degrees of freedom sensor data, which adds Magnetometer to the sensor fusion. When you click Apply, the LED on the board will turn red, indicate you should perform a Mac calibration. Please rotate your board in all dimensions. If you don't do so, an alerts window will pop out to remind you. After Mac calibration, please put the OSM still on the table. When it's placed still on the table, it will perform gyroscope calibration. When the LED is not red and the gyroscope is outputting data, both the calibration have been completed. For UO bar rate, you can choose from 115200 and 921600. When you change the bar rate, the PC tool will change its bar rate accordingly. Just to be sure the next time you connect to your device, you have to choose the correct bar rate. If you would like to disable the data output, click on Disabled and Applied. As you can see, the data will stop outputting in the console log, and it will resume as you enabled it. For the reference magnetic field, you can choose from several locations, including Taipei, San Jose, Dallas, Shanghai, and Shenzhen. You can also press load to refresh the device configuration. You can go to Settings and reset to default to set the device to factory settings. As you can see now, the bar rates went from the previous set one to the default one. If you have multiple OSM connected, you can go to Utilities, identify the device to make sure which OSM you are using right now. Once the identify is clicked, the LED on the OSM will blink bright blue light for 1 minute. If your device is in AHAS mode and you believe the Mac need to be calibrated, please click on Mac calibration to perform manual calibration. Once the calibration is started, the LED will turn red. Please perform the same calibration as demonstrated in the device config. If you would like to reboot the OSM, go to Settings, reboot the device. If the LED light is red, please perform Mac calibration as demonstrated earlier.
For general introduction on MM8003, please refer to the previous video, mCube OSM General Introduction 1. Coming next are the mCube OSM General Introduction for iOS and Android application. If you have any further questions, feel free to contact us. Thank you for joining this video.